Speaking of favorites in the West, Oklahoma City Thunder is a team that might have won the offseason, if we're being honest, not necessarily because they made the biggest moves, but because they made the right moves. And I know we were big fans of Dallas at the trade deadline this last season, making the right moves to improve the team. Oklahoma City seems to have done that early in this offseason. What have you liked about them bringing in Caruso and Hartenstein and what this can potentially do for the team?
I completely agree. They won the offseason. They have not so sneakily become the best team in the West. Okay, they acquired Caruso, like you said, Harkenstein, and Denver taking a step back. All three of those things makes them, without a doubt, the best team in the West. They are the favorites. I don't think anyone can kind of sniff at that. The only thing that I can really see derailing this team is health, because that can derail anyone. The the biggest win for them is they've been able to do all of this, adding depth at a position that they needed with Harkenstein, adding perimeter defense and shooting with Alex Caruso, and veteran leadership, a proven champion, really, without giving up a single draft pick. That's just like they have literally all of the draft picks in the NBA, and Sam Presti just flexed his muscles and said, I'm not giving up crap. He didn't give up anything. He gave up Josh Giddey, who wasn't a good fit, and turned that into Caruso and Hartenstein.
And for example, the Thunder traded up in this year's draft to pick 26 to draft Dylan Jones, and they gave up 5 second-round picks to pick a rookie, and they didn't give any to the Bulls, and it seemed like OKC might have been willing, but maybe the Bulls just never asked. But since we are on the topic of the Thunder, everyone knows who listens. We all know what Caruso brings. We've talked about before the defense, the shooting, like you said, the winning. But I also think Hartenstein really does um, do a lot for this team. He got a big contract, right? It's theoretically a 3-year deal. The last year is not guaranteed, so it's a team option. He's getting like 30 million a year, but they have the cap space now. They can keep him for 2 years. If in that third year they want to free up that money, they can easily do so. So it gives the team flexibility and Hartenstein a payday, a win-win in my opinion. It adds rim defense for when Chet is out of the game, which was needed, and rebounding, which was really needed for this team. Not that the Jalen Williams, who is the center, isn't good. He's mostly just a stretch five who's a little undersized. And Hartenstein, as we saw, is just a dog in New York. Like, he won the job. I know Robinson got hurt, but he ended up starting when Robinson came back. He played phenomenal. Even if you look at his stats, it doesn't look like it. His impact on the court is much more than the stats, and he can also be kind of a playmaking hub for them. Kind of like a mini Sabonis. He's not to that level, but you can throw him the ball at the high post and he can make plays for others. And I think that just helps the development of their young players and their young stars who are going to continue to get shots and good looks because of this. So I'm
No,
a
yeah,
big fan of both moves.
fantastic pickup. The best part is when Chet or J Dub, when it's time to pay them, they can get off of Harkenstein's money. It's a fantastic team-friendly deal that they were able to craft. Okay, 2 years, we're basically going to have Harkenstein as a rental for 2 years. And then when we have to pay our young stars, we can move off that money while just extending the window, right? It's crazy what they've been able to do over there in Oklahoma City, from having Westbrook, Harden, Durant, to feeling like the end of the world when Durant left, to now I might say they're the best team, them in Boston, but they're going to be able to stick around for longer than Boston does. With all this money and all this new CBA and second apron crap that's going on, Boston might not be able to stay as is for as long as Oklahoma City can. So they've won the offseason, and I still can't believe they have literally all the draft capital in the world.
Yeah, if you wanted one team's future in the NBA, you would pick
It's
the Oklahoma
City.
City.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's not even close.
anytime.